Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and out the car. Coming with the flow straight to the barrio. And we coming with that heat, as usual, to the motherfucking street. And we gonna kick them facts that has got to crack their back. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we do. This is PBNN. Point Black. National News. Coming with a late swing edition. And a ghetto edition. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we do. You know, and there ain't gonna be no change in that. We got to keep our eye on the ball. Because a lot of times people be coming up with all kinds of stuff going on and stuff, like as if, they don't want to understand the real and the field. So we've got to come with more things to say about our country and our lives and have more power over it than the government. You see what I'm saying? Because they are they're pulling all kind of trickery stunts trying to make people believe in the bullshit that they do. You know what I'm saying? So last time I was out here, we was talking about, how people, all thoughts we have to keep, when Pachi was saying, all thoughts that we have, we should keep an open mind on Andy Pachi, Louise. But he ain't saying much. He's still talking that garbage as usual. But the reality, you know what I'm saying, of what he was saying about the reservoir and it being in her now and this and that and now he's under the gun with Ron Paul is on his head right now, I think, grilling him. So he ain't getting no slide with the glide. You know what I'm saying? He full of doo-doo. Talking about keep an open mind by the reservoir and all of this and the third. You know what I'm saying? But then in reality, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? For what reason you want us to have an open mind? I don't get that part. So we get our minds, to me, as he's trying to do. So we get our minds off the real investigation, such as what Rand Paul bringing down on his head, into the truth. You know what I'm saying? Into the truth. We must get our mind on the investigation into the truth. You know, of what really did happen, what really did happen, and where did it really come from, based on its delivery. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say that a thumb-sized bat was living inside the reservoir. You know what I'm saying? Who's living inside the reservoir? Oh, I know, a reservoir. We coming up with all types of crap. People still don't see it and running out and doing bullshit and getting the shot. But you need to do more investigation into this because all news captures on it right now. You know what I'm saying? So he said this is what he found. What Fauci found as the evidence to make it normalize that it didn't have no foul play. You know what I mean? This is another lie coming from him again. You know what I'm saying? That was his findings. For it spread, you know what I'm saying? How would it spread? For it to spread that fast, it came from a reservoir? This is what he said. This is what he said. So we beginning to see a lot of lies with this dude that doesn't make no sense. You see what I'm saying? He trying to say came from a reservoir. You know what I mean? I don't get that, and I'm not going to respect that based on his theoretical answers. You see what I'm saying? Because he wants to put in it all the other bull. Hold on one second. I just straighten that out. But he wants to try to pull that bull on somebody's mind, and ain't nobody in that with him. You see? Ain't nobody in that with him. So he could go ahead with that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to hear the garbage about where this and where that when you don't even have the facts whether or not that is true and you have not proven that? Now Ron Paul is coming down on your head. You know what I'm saying? He's coming down on your head. You know, you know, and that's about right. You know, it spread that fast around the world from a reservoir and went out. Don't make sense to me. Fauci is trying to play your mind when it was said, you know what I mean, so long ago. There's no way that that is true. That's another lie that he's concocting and trying to make the whole world believe that's what his findings is, because he's supposed to be Mr. Disease and Control Expert. But that don't make him no disease and control expert just because you sat up there talking that yin yang patty whack, give a dog a bone. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that, that's a lie. You know? It was said so long ago. There's no way that that could happen, because what he's trying to say, it could be true. People drinking from the reservoir, caused this situation because they were drinking from the reservoir. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make sense. So when we look at him, he's lying somewhere again and trying to pull it off. This is why they steady able to ramp up about how good this treatment is, when we seeing more hurt than good. You know what I'm saying? So we've got to come better than that when it comes to our health, especially in the medical field. You know what I'm saying? It would, if it came from the reservoir, it would not have spread, outside of the area before it was discovered. So to say that is true, then we must assume that anybody that went and drank from that specific reservoir, you know what I'm saying, from that specific reservoir, as he's trying to say, you know what I'm saying, from that specific reservoir, you know, the people got sick and then went around the world and gave it to everyone else all around the world from a specific reservoir. This is what he's saying, because he said came from a reservoir, you know what I'm saying, in Wanao. So, my question to Anthony Fauci is, where's the proof to show the people? That's your word telling us that garbage. Talk is cheap. And you need to learn that because you're old enough to know now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody have to come to your reservoir. You know what I'm saying? Now, to me, that was a good one. You know what I'm saying? It was a good one. You know? If that's the case, it would have stayed in the area before. It would have still been in the same area when they discovered this. So you're trying to say that they try a human biological attack on America. That's what he's trying to say, after drinking from a specific reservoir in Wanao. And now I'm saying this is his analogy of what he's saying. So my question is, how many people drank from that reservoir? You know what I'm saying? From that reservoir, from that town or city of Wanao. That Wanao citizens travel to every country in the world, in the entire world, and spread this thing. Como is saying it was already here. From Wanao, from a reservoir. This is what Fauci said. And no news media should take anybody's contents down, especially if they are citing what the disease and health expert is trying to explain to us. Why are you censoring us when we're supposed to be listening to this man and he's supposed to be an expert? So what was the censorship over? Now that everybody seems to have gotten a taste, you don't seem so worried. But I see a lot of things that we need to worry about you, and you need to step off my channel with that garbage. Because there's more to the story than meets the eye. And we got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? He's saying it was already here. Opting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now we're looking at another situation where they're saying they're opting to New York parents, you know what I'm saying, helping is on the way. You know, let's hope so. No strings attached. Nor, you know what I'm saying, the rising and the falling of tricks. You know what I mean? In our economy. You know, or running, the well dry. with the inflation and deflation garbage. You see? So we got to be on top of that. You know what I mean? Now we see the CDC director jumping subject. She's saying, you know what I'm saying, tested people do not carry the virus. This is coming from the CDC director of the United States of America. Let's be clear, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? This is Point Black national news, same as CNN News, Fox News, and any other news based on information coming out of their mouth. So I don't see what the censorship is. And every news channel have a right to lend an opinion. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about opinions before. So she's saying that tested people do not carry the virus. You know what I'm saying? Is Miss Lewinsky spreading misinformation is what we need to find out. You know what I'm saying? We need to find out because she is the one giving the report, not us. You see what I'm saying? She's giving the report of, the treated. You know what I mean? So is it misinformation? Because when we look at the treated, they're still getting sick. You know what I'm saying? They're getting the virus. Talk, Mrs. Rochelle Lewinsky. Talk. You know what I'm saying? Talk must be. And she must be, with her talk, real proud of herself, if you ask me. You know? Because talk is cheap. So, many received millions, billions. You know what I mean? You got even with Bill Gates. You know what I mean? He must be real proud of himself. You see what I'm saying? As we see by the sea. You know what I'm saying? You know, we see ECT, ETC. You know what I'm saying? by the sea. 26. You know what I'm saying? Now, she's facing a backlash coming at her about the treatment, you know what I'm saying, about treated, or not treated. Really, she gets some backlash on both sides. The treated and the not treated, you know what I'm saying, vaccinated. But now saying that the evidence isn't clear. This is what scientists are saying, not point blank. YouTube, let's get that straight. This is what scientists are saying. They're saying the evidence on whether or not a person get it or got it or spread it, can spread it back and forth, it's not clear. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're saying to keep the open door. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you're coming with that move. You know what I'm saying? The director of the CDC, to me, is spreading some form of misinformation because you cannot get your information right. You see what I'm saying? As many different viruses seems to be popping up out of nowhere. Very unusual names too. You know what I'm saying? Now, where did it come from? But I'll keep that to myself. You know what I'm saying? But the CDC, to me, is saying a little bit of misinformation. No, really? Damn. First Biden, now this. When we look at the country, you know what I'm saying? But contrary to the point, of hundreds of reports now about this situation that seems to be growing intensively strong. Many reports about fully treated people still contracting, you know what I'm saying, the coronavirus. Backtracking, we see. And was stated many times, many times. And anyone ever heard of depopulation? Or no? Okay, but we're going to leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Because by now, you should be looking at some things. So have you ever heard of that is the question. Or do it ring a bell? When I was saying it, when I started my lives that YouTube was censoring and took all of them down. Now it seems to be on the Richter scale where exactly what I was saying is now being proven and come true. But they're still trying to run the gun because you still have a lot of people who will not heed warning. And I'm not going to keep doing that. Now I'm saying you should be old enough, but do it ring a bell is the question. The way, the treated person, vaccinated, say on NSNBC, Miss Lewinsky saying statements that she can't prove because it was a given not catching. And it still is. So, of course, it's going to show after the show is on. And even after the show is over. You know what I mean? What reason? Is what we ask her. You know what I mean? The New York Times was told by the CDC spokesperson, you know what I'm saying? The spokesperson told New York Times, Dr. Lewinsky spoke broadly when she was on there talking to the new people on New York Times. She spoke broadly. It is possible that some people who are fully vaccinated could get COVID-19. The evidence isn't clear whether they can spread the virus to another. Dr. Vivek, or whatever his name is, Vivek or whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying? Vivek Marty, or whatever his name is, seem to be, a Biden stoolie, if you ask me. So stay in touch while you're boop, 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 boop. Seems to be a Biden stoolie. We are watching. We are watching the race because we have noticed Biden seems to, have his points. point to them. You know what I mean? And they seem to come in to focus when it comes to watching this guy, Marty or whatever his name is, and they seem to come into focus. Even the creation of the virus is now seeming to come into focus. But in their country, back a little, you know what I'm saying? I saw the burning of a laboratory. Looked like it was in India. They burnt it down. We see a lot of Arabs in positions and power, retiring and all kinds of came over here and got rich. Probably was already rich. I infiltrated as Luciferian himself. You know what I'm saying? Right here in America system of government, in our medical field, and govern even the medical issues. That side with this trickery. Even in high positions, like Marty, or Marty, or whatever his name is, Dr. Marty Vikic, or whatever his name is, U.S. Sergeant General. He's the Surgeon General. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we're seeing a rise particularly among, you know what I'm saying, among the unvaccinated in many parts of the country. Now, he's saying he's seen a rise all over the place in other countries and everywhere of people who are unvaccinated. So he say. So the Sergeant General see him like an Arab boy. You hear me clear in the back there with the boop, 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 boop in my phone. You hear me clear. I'm on to your shit. And I'm not going for that. You're giving misinformation as well. Somewhere along the line. To me, that's a lie. Marty told ABC this week, co-anchor, you know, I think it was Martha Radid, Cal, in California, I guess you have Marty Radid, and then you have California, you have Gavin, you know, you know, even he's lying, saying the same thing on this Riles thing. You know what I mean? California for the you know, California has now want to reinstate, Satanism. I mean the mass. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's satanic. I don't know. Of course, it seems very satanic to me that they would do anything like that. In Sin City, ramping it up, bringing it back, ramping it up when things supposed to be going away. Now it's right back again. And then you got this Marty dude up there, Sergeant General, he full of dude there. You know what I'm saying? What Sergeant General? You're a crook. That's why Biden appointed you. Because all of y'all in the same boat. Don't come with that deep state garbage. You in Sin City. You know what I'm saying? Over there with Gavin and them. You know what I mean? For sure. For sure. You even place Marty, you can't rely on him. New York can't rely on him. You know what I'm saying? New York and California, as a matter of fact. For showing any kind of result based on that, because these people will do anything to materialize their every wish. So this is Point Blank saying I'll be right back. Stay tuned with these important messages.